Yeah, good morning. All right. Since many still not in the room, so we wait for 2 more minutes. We will start in 11:05. 2 more minutes. Okay. Good morning again. All right. Welcome back from your holiday. Yeah. Yeah. We already completed the planning part under management. If you still remember, before the break, the semester break, we talked about planning in management, in which we need to plan everything. Okay, we have, when we do planning, actually we are setting the goal, all the objective, the vision, mission of the companies, of the departments and individuals. So we are planning what to do by setting the objective, and we plan what to do. So the next step after planning actually is organizing. Okay, so under management function, the first function is planning, and organizing actually is the second function. All right, so today we are going to look at organizing, this second function of management. We also look at leading and controlling. So we are looking at three other functions of management before, yeah. So we are going to complete this management unit 9 this week. Okay, and we hope that next week you will have time to do your this live FB live page. You will promote your product using FB live page. If you have problem with your FB live page or whatever, you let me know early. All right, if you have problem with that. So next week you are going to do your FB live during the lecture time. So no lecture next week, and the coming week 11, we will continue the unit 10. All right. So after that, you will have one quiz in the following week 12, around week 12. So all right. So today we are looking at the third function, organizing. The second function, the organizing. Third function, leading and controlling today. So let's look at what do we mean by organizing first. Okay, so when we say organizing, we already know what we need to do. We know what we need to do. Now we are organizing our labels, our workers, our people, our jobs. We also organize what are the jobs to do. So this is the internal, okay, internal management. So we are planning what, not planning, we are now organizing, we are deciding, determine what to do next by deciding who to do what. For example, which workers to conduct this job, and then what kind of process they need to do to complete the job. So in organizing, we have three very important parts. So in organizing, first is we need to know which tasks needed to be done, or what are the jobs that we need to do. Okay, what are the tasks that we need to do? What are the jobs that we need to do? That's the first one. And the second one is who will do it. Who will do it, and third, how the task will be managed or coordinate. So it means that we will need to know how to manage the job so that people will complete the job on time. So these are the three very important things that we do during organizing. So this is actually a process of doing things. Organizing is a process of doing things. We determine what are the tasks to do, and we determine who to do that, and we determine how to control and manage the people. In another word, we want to make sure they are working, but we have to determine how to make sure them that they are working. Okay, so in organizing, we have many small things that we need to do. For example, we need to design the job. We need to do grouping of the jobs. We need to establishing a reporting relationship, who to report to who, and then distributing the authority, coordinating activities, and differentiating between positions. So first, we are looking at designing the job. Okay, when we say designing the job, means that, for example, you have one job. Okay, the job of the worker is, for example, marketing. Okay, marketing executive, for example. If her job is marketing executive, then we need to know what are the things that she need to do as a marketing executive. For example, you have to do promotion, you have to do, you have to try to sell to other people, and at the same time, you need to know how to do the promotion things. You need to do a little bit of design kind of things. So the designing of job is to determine what are the tasks a person or a job needed to do. So another example is like if you have a secretary, setia usaha, for example, then you need to know for setia usaha, what are the job secretary need to do. So for example, he needs to write letters, he needs to prepare the minutes, he needs to plan for the meetings, he needs to help the boss to arrange the time, and so on. So these are the jobs. So we design the jobs first. After that, we group some of the jobs together. For example, when we are doing marketing, you cannot have one person doing all the marketing jobs. So in the marketing, we might have a marketer, okay, marketing executive. We have also sales personnel, sales people who are doing sales only. Okay, we also have other supporting team, for example, people who do distribution. Okay, after selling of things, we have a person who help to distribute the jobs. So we have to combine or group. Okay, group means that put all the things together under one umbrella sometimes. So we have one, we call it marketing department. Then this marketing department is to do marketing only. Then at the same time, we have another group of people. Grouping of jobs is, for example, accounting, so, or financing. So what they do is they record the account, they control the receipt and payment of money, and so on. So grouping of jobs. And then third, establishing reporting relationships. Laporan. Okay, who to do the report. Bagaimana kita melaporkan diri kita. So for example, for marketing executives, they report directly to marketing manager, pengurus. Okay, marketing manager. For example, for secretary or setiausaha, then they report directly to the boss. So we have different reporting relationship. We must know who to report and how to report. Okay, so this is reporting relationship. And then distributing authority. Authority means power to make decision. Okay, in Malay we call it kuasa untuk membuat keputusan. So if you have a questions or something that we need to make decision, we need to know what to do. Okay, for example, when we talk about selling things, selling things. So most of the time, the salesperson will try to sell things, salesperson. So they will try to sell the things. Then the worker, sometimes they might face customers. Okay, customer will ask them, boleh dapat discount kan? Can I get a discount? Okay, and sometimes they say, oh, I want to buy big amount of quantity. For example, I want to buy a lot of things for my coming uh, activities or whatever. Okay, maybe activities in school. So I need to buy a lot of things. Okay, I need to buy this. So sometimes the salesperson cannot answer you. Okay, dia tidak boleh buat keputusan. He cannot do the decision, make the decision. So he need to ask the manager, pengurus yang akan membuat keputusan. Boleh bagi discount nggak extra? So some decisions we will ask the manager to decide. Okay, manager will say, okay, boleh, we can give you this discount. But sometimes the manager say, let me ask the boss first. Okay, sometimes they will say, let me ask the boss first. So sometimes when making decision, there are things that the manager can make decision. There are things that the manager also cannot make decision. So the boss has to make decision. So when we talk about authority, we talk about power, kuasa, power to make decision. Kuasa untuk menentukan, to decide what you want to do next. So another example is, for example, the company now has a lot of cash money in the company. So now, then because this is related to money, so the financial manager has the authority. Maybe he can decide the money to be kept in what way. For example, to keep in the bank, or they want to keep it themselves, or to keep in any method that the manager can decide. But if the manager say, oh, this amount of money, how to use it, then has to ask the boss. Okay, so the authority to decide, okay, bagaimana wang dalam syarikat ini dipakai, diguna untuk tujuan apa, that is decided by the boss or the top management. So when we talk about authority, there are some of the job we can ask the workers to help to do, and the manager also can help to do, but there are some of the things that the boss or the top management or the general manager has to decide. So we have some authority given to the workers. For example, for workers who keep stock, they have the key to go to open the storeroom. Okay, the room to keep stock. So they have the key to open the room for stock. So this is the authority given to the workers. And the manager also have the key, because manager also can go inside to open the door to check the stock, right? So when we decide this, we have to decide what are the things that we can let the workers decide, what are the things that we let the manager decide, and what are the things that must be the top management, the pengurus besar or the general manager can decide. Okay, so next we are looking at coordinating activities. So sometimes we have many departments. Like you can see, big companies that is very big, they have many departments. So we have to coordinate the activities. In another word, we don't want certain job to be done by two group of people at the same time, and this is wasting time. Okay, so for example, when we have marketing people, when we have this distribution part, marketing and distribution. One person in charge of sales, another person in charge of delivery of goods. So these two persons has to work together. Okay, when after the marketing people say, I already sell this, then what happened is the marketing people have to tell maybe the operation to produce the thing for sale. Then the operation have to send the things to the delivery. The delivery people will have to deliver it. So this need coordination. Okay, coordination. That means that we know, okay, first selling, after sell, we produce or we packing, sell, packing, after that deliver. So we have to have all this work to coordinate. Maksudnya ada kerjasama. You work together and then you don't waste your time waiting. For example, we don't want the sales, like the customer waiting. So we need everything to be coordinating. For example, if the product already packed, ready to deliver, then the deliver people has to come to deliver as soon as possible. Okay, penghantaran. So if things already packed, ready to deliver, but delivery doesn't know, then it is a problem. So we need to avoid this to happen. And last, we differentiate between the position. In organizing, we differentiate our different positions. That's why in big companies, we have different position, different posts that people will know, oh, what are you doing? Okay, for example, we have manager. After that, we have supervisor, we have team leader, we have workers. So we have different positions who are doing different things. Some are in management, some are doing the operation. Okay, so in designing of jobs, okay, this is in more detail. Just now I already mentioned, we design the jobs. So when we design the jobs, we organize the tasks, duties, and responsibility into a productive unit of work. So we decide what are the things in detail. We write down, for example, we will write it down. What are the things that secretary setiausaha perlu dibuat? So we will write it down clearly. Prepare minutes, writing letters, prepare this and prepare that. So that is organizing, okay, the task and responsibility. And then we need to know what characteristic needed for certain task or responsibility. For example, to be secretary, like I say, setiausaha, you must know how to write letters. You must know how to write minutes. This is the basic. Or how to plan for meetings. But if you talk about, I'm talking about salesperson, okay, penjual, okay, jurujual. So if you are talking about salesperson, then the characteristic needed by a salesperson will be different. So for example, we need somebody who can talk, who can influence the customers to buy. So we need different characteristics with certain jobs. And then we need to know what are the job performance that we expected. Or in another word, what do we expect from this secretary, from the salesperson? We need to know. We need to make sure they are happy with their job satisfaction. And we need to ensure that they are healthy. Okay, that is part of the important part of the manager. We make sure that our workers are happy with the job. They are mentally healthy, mentally healthy to do the job. So after we design the job, sometimes we have other changes on the job. Okay, pertukaran. Or we need to do some improvement on the jobs. So sometimes we have things like job enlargement. Job enlargement, in another word, from the word large, means bigger. So means that we make the job bigger with we giving him more things to do. Okay, lebih banyak kerja untuk dibuat. This is normally in a case where you feel that he can complete his job already, and then he is quite free, so you give him more things to do. So you expand the tasks, the works that he has to do. Okay, this is job enlargement. All right, how about next one, job enrichment? Okay, job enrichment actually is you give him more responsibility. Tanggung jawab. Responsibility means lebih banyak tanggung jawab. Bukan lebih banyak kerja saja, tetapi tanggung jawab. So in another word, also larger, lebih banyak kerja, more job, but more responsibility. So he has to responsible for something. Okay, so let me give you one example. For example, one worker who is in charge of the store, he's doing his job very well. Okay, so to give him more tasks, then I give him more things to do. Okay, more things. So he have to do not only in charge of one store, now he has to in charge of two store. Okay, this is enlargement. He has to work in two store. Before that, he is only working in one store. He can do very well, so he can work in another, also do another store. Okay, more jobs to do. If more enrichment, then he has to in charge of make sure the things are in the right place, and then his responsibility is making sure the things in the store are safe to use. Okay, things in the store are not missing. Okay, not being steal or missing, and so on. So these are extra responsibility. Tanggung jawab. Okay, tanggung jawab. So that we want him, or he is giving like a supervisor already. Okay, instead of he is a worker, now he becomes supervisor. So as a supervisor, he has more responsibility, tanggung jawab. So this is job enrichment. How about job rotation? Job rotation, this is what we normally see in very big companies, which a person working in one department, he moved to another department, but still under the same post. For example, his post is penolong pendaftar. For example, penolong pendaftar is assistant to registrar. Okay, assistant to registrar. This is his job. So he is working in this department, for example, in PPIB. Okay, after 2 years, then he is moved to another department, for example, another faculty. Okay, moved to another faculty, doing the same post, also assistant to registrar. So his job remained the same, but in different department. Okay, it can be, this is what we call job rotation. Job rotation. Or another way of job rotation is you have a team of workers doing things, they are doing different things. So you rotate them. Okay, this group of workers, you rotate them doing different things at different time. For example, this month you're in charge of the store. Okay, and another workers in charge of the cleanliness. Then next month you change. Then next month, these workers will in charge of the cleanliness, and another workers will in charge of the store. So you rotate the job, and then maybe after 1 year, they will come back to the same job again, or after a few months, they will come back to do the same job again. So this is if we want to do changes to the workers or changes to the job. Why we do changes? Sometimes because of their performance. Okay, means that they do very well. So we can give them more things to do, or we give them more responsibility to do. Or sometimes they are already so boring with the job. This job is doing, they do this job for maybe 1 year already. They are so boring with the job. So you change it for their physical and mental health. So we have all this job design that we can decide what to do. But remember, normally when we do job enlargement, we only expand the job. If we do job enrichment, we expand, we give them more job and responsibility. And if job rotation, we just change them to different tasks, but normally same post. Okay, and in organization, remember I say we have to organize them, organize the job into a different group or different team, pasukan, different groups. So we can organize them using many different methods. So when we organize them, right, we put them in different department or different functions, different department. Okay, jabatan-jabatan yang the different departments. So how to divide them into different department? We have many ways of doing. Okay, one very common and normally we can see even small companies can do is functional, fungsi. So for functional structure, normally we have financial, we have information technology, we have human resource. Maksudnya, it means that they do different function, different things. Okay, they do different jobs. For example, financial department, they do in charge of the money, they do account, planning of financial, that's all. But for IT, okay, for a department about IT, information technology, maybe they're in charge of the IT system in the company, they do anything related to IT only. And for the human resource, they do anything related to the workers. For example, they're in charge of the payments, they're in charge of the 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 salary of the workers to make sure everybody get the fair salaries. They're in charge of the healthiness of the workers and so on. Okay, so this is function. This is that normally small or big companies like to use. Okay, this is normally what we can see. Okay, a small structure. And then at the same time, we have this geographical structure. This is normally the company if they have big market or they have branches, okay, cawangan. So they can have geographical structure. For example, they have one department in Europe, one department in Asia. And for example, UMS, we also have this geographical structure. So we have Labuan campus, okay, Labuan campus. We have Sandakan campus. We also have main campus. So this is, we divide them into geographical structure. Based on this geographical structure, we have manager that control every department or every part of the or every what you call subsidiaries. Okay, cawangan. So we have manager for Asia, manager for Europe. Okay, so this is more suitable for companies that has a big market that involve a big areas or involve few countries or more than one single place. Then we have product structure. Product structure means you can have many different products under one big company. Then after that, we have one manager for one product. For example, if a restaurant that is a very big restaurant, they have selling food. So one manager is in charge of the food. Another manager is in charge of the drinks, okay, beverage and drinks. After that, we have another manager in charge of snack, for example. Okay, so we have different managers in charge of different kind of products. And so you can see big companies like P&G that's selling shampoo. They have one manager for example, one product, okay, or one brand, one manager for one product, one shampoo, another manager for another type of shampoos. So they can have many different types of products under one big company, but they have managers or people who will responsible to take care of one product only. Okay, so one manager take care of shampoo, another manager take care of skincare, manager C will take care of maybe cleaning or cleanser products. Okay, so they do different things, different products. And last, we have matrix structure. Matrix structure means the company has few different team within one department. For example, we have this production manager and marketing manager. This is actually functional. Okay, functional structure. But under the functional structure, we also have another team. Okay, pengurus, another team. So this another team will in charge of all the other workers. For example, now we have a company that is selling, for example, selling shampoo lah, let's say selling shampoo. So they have production managers, marketing managers, and now they want to come out with a new product. Okay, instead of selling shampoo, they need, for example, hair conditioner, a new type of hair conditioner. Okay, or hair care products, whatever hair care products. So they get a new managers, and then to do a design team. Okay, pasukan that a team that who do design of the new product like the hair care products. So they get the workers from the production manager, get the workers from the marketing department to work together as a team. So this one worker of the workers, production workers is report to the production manager, and he also report to the manager A, team A. Same thing with marketing. Okay, we divide him into one person, but report to the marketing manager and report to the team A. Okay, so team leader, team A. So for matrix structure, means that we combine more than one structure into a company. So if you look at big organization like UMS, we have functional. Okay, we have this person, that means or this department that control the money of the university, that is under function. For example, this person, or we call it treasurer, okay, or accountant in the company. Okay, this is in charge of the money. Okay, in UMS we have this, and at the same time in UMS we have this human resource. In UMS we call it bahagian sumber manusia. Okay, human resource department. So in UMS we have that. Okay, human resource department, and then in UMS we also have other functions like IT. Okay, the department in charge of the JKTM, okay, information technology. So we have functions, but at the same time, we also have geographical structure in UMS. Okay, so we have different branch in UMS. We have one in Labuan, one campus in KK, one campus in Sandakan. So this is also one example of matrix structure. Matrix structure means we have more than one structure in one company, but this is more stable normally for bigger companies. Okay, companies that is big, that they have so many workers, so many things to do. So this is what we might have, okay, or what we can see in a big company. All right, so that is for controlling. Okay, before I continue with leading, any questions? Anyone want to ask any questions? Yeah, no questions. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, then next we will go to leading. Okay, in leading means that we look at how leader will lead the people, or we look at how a manager will lead the people. Okay, so when we talk about leading, remember, is about how we manage the people. Okay, bagaimana kita mengurus sumber manusia. So when we talk about leading, remember we already planning. We plan what to do. We already organize. We arrange who to do what. Okay, siapa, what, apa. So what are the things to do? Then after that, we have to make sure they are doing. We have to make sure they are doing. So we are using leading as a way to make sure that they are doing. So what we do is actually we try to instill the enthusiasm by communicating with others. This is one way. Okay, menggalakkan. Or we give motivation. Okay, menggalakkan or memberi motivasi for them. Okay, so that they know what to do. They are working hard. Okay, motivating them so that they are working hard to work to do the jobs. And then at the same time, leading is very important to maintain good relationship between the workers and between the people in the company. So when we talk about leading, we always say we want to make sure the workers work together. Okay, kerjasama, working together. So one way to when we work together, sometimes we might be facing problems. Okay, ada masalah. So what problems? Sometimes the workers they have different opinions. They cannot work together. So we as the boss or the manager must know how to solve their problems and make sure they know how to work together. So we have to build up the good relationship. If the workers are not happy, then they will create sometimes they will create problems to their co-workers. Okay, so it will be a problem. And so the purpose or the objective of leading actually is to build commitment and enthusiasm. Okay, menggalakkan. Okay, supaya mereka ada commitment. Okay, commitment in another way means they know what to do and they really work hard trying to do that. And they are motivated to do. And then the second main objective of leading actually is to turn the plans into action. So in another word, we trying to look at how to turn the planning. Okay, we already have the planning, we already have organizing. Now we make sure that they are working, they are doing the plan. Like you already have your PMC. Okay, after that you already plan what you want to do. Okay, you already think of what you want to do. Now you have to change your thinking, your planning into action that people really doing. So as a manager or even supervisors, general managers, team leaders, they need to know how to lead the workers. So when we talk about leader as compared with manager, remember leaders, they are leading. Okay, memimpin. Okay, when we say leaders, pemimpin. So they are leading, they are memimpin. So when we say they are leading, that means that they emphasize on solving the behavioral issues and focus on people who can do the job. So we are focusing on doing the job and people, okay, who are doing the job. We are focusing on people. So we hope that they are motivated, they are committed to do the jobs. So when we talk about leading, okay, remember leading is something that done by the leader. It's different from manager. When we say manager, manager from the word managing, okay, mengurus, managing. So when you think of the word managing, sometimes managing means a lot of controlling. We control people, kawa. So a lot of controlling. So when we talk about the words managing, although this is broader in scope, actually they focus on behavioral and non-behavioral issues. That means how people behave and more than that, more than that. So what they want to do is just to make sure that the job is done. So sometimes they use control, kawaran. Then if we use control, people might not happy. Okay, as a human being, we are human, so we don't like to be controlled. Okay? To be controlled like a robot to do whatever things people ask us to do. So what manager do is more like controlling, managing. So people might not like it. So for today management, we are trying to train leaders, not managers, leaders who are trying to lead people, okay, leading people to do the jobs, okay, and they focus on make sure the people are happy and committed and work hard with that. That is what we call leader. Okay, let's look at the example. When you look at boss, the difference between boss or the manager versus the leader. Okay, look at here. When you can see a person here, the boss is here, what can you see? As compared to this one. Imagine your worker is a plant, okay? Satu pokok. So what happened? What the boss is doing? Actually, the boss will pluck the plant, okay, and ask you to do the job, okay? He will move you to do the job. So he never thought of growing the people. But as a leader, we are trying to grow the workers. We give workers opportunity to improve themselves, to become better. Okay, we grow them so that they will be better. And then, for example, we teach them new skills, how to do things. We give them trainings. Sometimes leader also doesn't know how to give them training, so we can send our workers go out for training, okay, or like go out for conference or talk that will allow the workers to become better. So we hope that our workers will become bigger, better, and stronger like a big tree in future. That is for leader. And let's look at the second one. Okay, you can see the difference between boss and leader is when we talk about boss will tell you what to do. And then if you are not doing right, okay, if you are not doing good, okay, they will accuse you, they will score you. They don't really care about your performance. So they will think that, oh, you cannot do. Okay, you are not doing well. So they never try to encourage the workers to work harder. Okay, but for leader, they will say, okay, if the plan fail, okay, plan A doesn't work, then never mind, we go for plan B. Okay, so let's work together. So the workers will feel better, happier, and then they will work together. Instead of boss will say, oh, that is your fault. You do something wrong. Okay, you did make a mistake. So that's why we are not working. But for leader will say, yes, okay, there might be something wrong. Then we start to do plan B and we will work together. Okay, so they will encourage the workers to work together. This is leader. And next, when we talk about boss and leader, you can see that the boss doesn't really care about the workers. Okay, so he will pinpoint the workers to do the things. Okay, bawa senapang, he bring a gun and say you do this and this. If you don't do, you get out from here. So that is boss. So boss doesn't really encourage the workers to work hard. And boss will say you should do the things. But for a good leader, the good leader will work together with the workers to pull the workers together. So you can see the team leader will work together. Okay, then they will pull the workers to go out. And the last picture here, you can see that when a boss say, I am the best. But for leader, they will say, we will work together. We will work together to complete the job, to complete the things together. So that's the difference between boss and leader. So in today management, we are facing with workers who are well educated. Okay, our workers are educated. At least we expect them they have knowledge already. So we cannot be a boss anymore. If your workers know nothing, okay, if your workers have no knowledge, maybe as a boss you can teach them a lot. But for today workers, we have knowledge, we can train them. So we have to be a leader, not a boss. We have to be a leader, so we know how to train them. Oh yeah, two more photos, pictures. So the boss will give commands, but the leader will ask questions. Okay, so when something happens, the boss will say, you should do this and this. Okay, but the leader actually will ask questions and allow the workers to give feedback and encourage the workers to find solutions together. So that is what we call asked. And last, to go or let's go. Okay, so boss will say, go, you do this and that. But leader will say, let's do it together. Let's go and do it together. So that's the difference between boss and leader. Okay, so when we talk about leadership, okay, kepemimpinan, actually there are many different styles. Okay, one very common that we can see mostly in our family is paternalistic. It's like your father type of controlling. Okay, so your father will really take care of the kids at home. So this is what I call paternalistic. So when we say paternalistic is the leader is like a father, okay, at home. Leader is like a father at home. And okay, um Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Okay. Let's get back here. All right. Sorry, the internet line suddenly don't know what happened. Okay. Let's look at the leadership style here. So when we say paternalistic, remember, it's referring to a father-like. It's like your father taking care of the workers in the company. So we used to have this in the last century when if our workers are not that knowledgeable or they are very young workers and they need a father-like figure, like father who can take care of them, this is more suitable, more suitable. But nowadays we seldom use this, or this is only suitable for certain group of people who want a leader who can treat them like a father. And most of the time we can see different type of other style that you can see, like democratic is leadership style that you can see they give direction to the workers and then they expect the workers to give them feedback. Okay, so they will say, the leader might ask, okay, what do you think we should do? Okay, kind of question. So this is what we normally face today, and this is more suitable if the workers have the knowledge, the workers know what to do next. So we will ask them, okay, what do you think we should do? And give me your opinions. You ask for opinions and you make decision in the meeting. Okay, for democratic is we go for a mutual agreement. We make decision together in a meeting. But if for laissez-faire is another type of leadership style. For laissez-faire actually is if you give the workers the freedom to do whatever they like to do. Okay, so they say do this or that as you see fit. Then they will say, okay, you can decide what to do. All right, you can decide what to do. Like when you tell your workers, what you have to do is you have to sell this 100 units of T-shirt, for example. Then you can decide what you want to sell. How do you want to sell it? Okay, you can decide how you want to sell it. What I want to see is you could sell it. For example, you give them a target, you let them to decide how they do the promotion, how they decide the promotion strategies and so on. You say you decide. The workers will decide what they do, and the leader only give them target and give them freedom. Okay, the workers are free to make decision. And we have another type is autocratic. Autocratic most of the time happen in certain organization like in the army or in the police enforcement department. So this is autocratic. Okay, autocratic. So means that the leader at the top will say you have to do this and this. And then the workers only can say yes. Okay, workers only can say yes. So what they do is just to follow the instruction from the boss. So this is more like a boss lah, autocratic. Okay, autocratic. So you will see like they will give instruction. Beri arahan, okay, bos akan beri arahan dan pekerja akan ikut arahan sahaja. So they will follow the instructions without asking why we want to do this, without giving feedback or without freedom to decide what to do. So this is autocratic, mostly in the army or in the for the police. They are doing this because of the organization that they have to have this type of leadership style. Okay, so next we are looking at how to motivate the workers. We keep on saying as a good leader, we need to know how to motivate them. Okay, how to make them commit to the job. So when we do motivation, there are two main ways to motivate the workers. The first method is financial. It means that we give them money like bonus, sales commission, profit sharing, or other group incentives, and wage rate by unit and stock purchase option. For example, bonus. End of the year, you might get bonus if the company is doing well. Okay? Or sales commission, for example, commissions for selling 100 unit of t-shirts. Okay? Special commissions if you sell more than 100 units of commission t-shirts. Profit sharing. Profit sharing is for certain organization. When they have certain project, they can do profit sharing. Or group incentives. Sometimes they have incentives like travel, okay, like tickets to go overseas for travels, or incentives for lunch buffet, for example. Okay, incentive. Beside incentives, we have wages rate by unit or by hour. For example, if you work in certain restaurant, like fast food restaurant, you can you will have pay like let's say 3 ringgit per hour. Okay, 3 ringgit or 5 ringgit per hours. This is the wage rate by unit or by hour. And last is stock purchase option. This is for big companies. Okay, they allow the workers to buy their stock. So after the workers buying their stock, the workers will feel that, oh, this is my own company. So I will work hard for my own company. Okay, stock here means share. Okay, saham. So some companies, big companies, they will give some share or the stock to some of the workers who are doing very well. Okay, especially the workers who can help the companies to earn a lot of money, they will give them shares that is free. Okay, this is one way to make the workers feel that, oh, this is my company, so I have to work hard for my company. And at the same time, we have non-financial motivators. Non-financial means you use any other ways except for giving them money. So for example, we set objectives, like I keep on saying, in planning we have this KPI, okay, or we have these objectives, KPI. So objectives is actually a way to motivate the workers to achieve their goal. So objective setting, and then for some companies they allow for flexible working hours. Okay, this is also something that workers will like. So the company will say, okay, you have flexible working hours. As far as you complete your job, you can go home early. So some workers will work very hard for that. And paid holidays, for example, free holidays. Okay, for example, you work for this company, you can have free holidays like in Malaysia we always call it on leave. Okay, on leave. So it's a paid holidays. Okay, so it means that you can get a holiday without going to work on a normal day. Okay, paid holiday doesn't mean that the boss pay you to go overseas or to go for a trip. No, paid holidays means that your leave lah, giving you free holidays during your working days. And then number 4, you get special award for award for doing something. For example, employees award, best group award, hardworking award, okay, best performance award. So these are non-financial, just award to you. And then next, participation in decision making. So now some workers, they are already so good, so we give them opportunity to make decision for themselves. So this is some way to motivate them. So if they make decision together with the boss, they feel that, oh, this is the decision I make, so I have to work together with my boss. And last, delegation means you delegate the job, give them different type of jobs that they like. Okay, so these are some of the ways to motivate the workers. And by using this, actually non-financial factors actually is also very important. Okay, beside the financial workers, financial motivators. Okay, so if you say financial, yes, we work for money. Okay, we go to work because we want to earn money. But at the same time, we also need non-financial factors to motivate us. For example, we need objectives to motivate us to work harder. For example, flexible working hours. Okay, to ensure that we can work harder. Okay, like awards and other things. So this is non-financial method. And for companies who have many workers, sometimes they are facing financial problems or they don't have much money. So they will use non-financial factors and as a way to motivate workers. Like the non-profit organization, they don't have much money, so they are using these non-financial factors to motivate the workers, the people to work harder. And the last part of management is actually controlling. So when we talk about controlling, actually in Malay we call it kawaran. Okay, kawaran. So when we say manage controlling, this is the final step of managing. And then we want to compare the expect result with actual performance. So from the word controlling, you don't misunderstanding, jangan salah paham. Controlling here doesn't mean that you have to control the workers like you make them like a robot, you tell them what to do. No. But controlling actually you want to check the performance, compare the performance, pencapaian, you check the performance, compare the performance with the expected objectives or expected results. And then you try to improve the performance in future. Okay, if they are doing very well, you hope that they will do even better next time. Okay, if they are not doing good, then you try to find a way to improve their performance in future. So what we do in controlling, actually we are implementing collecting actions that needed. For example, we have this quality control program. We use budget to compare all this, and our main purpose actually is to help or to try to find a way to improve the performance of the workers in future. Even though they are very good already, we hope that they will be even better in future. Okay, if they are good, we hope that they will be even better. Not only good, but better in future. So in controlling, okay, it is very important because we want to improve the workers' motivation. Using controlling to improve the workers' motivation, this one, okay, ensure the order and discipline. Order here means ensuring everything's in order. Okay, semua dalam kawaran. Okay, everything in the right place. Okay, in another word, we want the situation to be in a good situation, that is the best situation to produce the things for sale, for example. Okay, to ensure everything in order. Okay, bukan bagi arahan, but to ensure everything in order. Okay, dalam kawaran. And next, facilitates coordination in action. So we facilitates the coordination. Improve the performance. This is the most important thing. We need them to, we hope that they will improve, they will perform. Okay, pencapaian lebih baik. Okay, performs better. And minimize the errors, mengelakkan kesilapan, mengelakkan masalah dan kesilapan daripada pelaku. Minimize the errors or the mistakes from happening. Achieve the organizational goals. Okay, judge accuracy of standards. Okay, so when we do controlling, actually we check our standards, piawaian pencapaian, okay, our standards. So if our standard is too high, then we set a good standard. If our standard is too low, then we set up a higher standard. Okay, so standard here involve lots of things. include of the quality, pencapaian, standard quality of the product, standard quality of the service, standard qualities of the process, and so on. And last, efficient use of resources. Efficient, in Malay, we can use the word kecakapan. Okay, kecakapan. So it means that no waste of resources. Tiada pembaziran terhadap sumber seperti sumber manusia. Okay, no waste of human resources, no waste of other types of resources such as raw materials and other resources, because controlling, actually we want to improve the standard, we want to improve the performance. So if we improve the standard, we improve the performance. Actually, in another words, we have better workers, more efficient workers, okay, and better products for sale. So when we talk about controlling techniques, there are many controlling techniques. So the traditional controlling techniques is like personal observation, like when you're doing work, your manager sitting there and look at you how you do your job. This is personal observation. Okay, so the manager will have to look at you, and they keep on looking at you, you might not happy with that. Okay, so but this is the traditional way. Those days, people are used to this. Okay, like in the just imagine in a factory, the manager standing there, and then the workers are doing all the jobs. And next, there's statistical data and reports. So we look at data, we look at reports. Okay, and we check this worker complete how many jobs within 1 month. Another workers complete how many products within 1 month. So we look at this report and we use this as a way to see whether they achieve our target or not. Break-even analysis, okay, and budgetary control. We look at the budget, and we're trying to control using the budget. So we tell them, okay, this is the money that you can use to do promotion. So you cannot spend more than the money that we give you for promotion. So this is one way, traditional way. This is traditional, but some of these methods still are quite suitable to be used today. Okay, masih boleh digunakan. Khasnya dari segi budget, okay, especially budget and statistical data and reports. This is what we are still doing today. Okay, for example, we have to report how many things we do within a certain period of time. And then based on this report, we want to see whether you achieve the target or not. And we have other modern techniques. This is modern techniques means what we are using it for the past 10 or 20 years, okay, or the past few years. So these modern techniques, for example, responsibility accounting. This is, for example, when you have manager in charge of shampoo, another manager be in charge of skincare products. So we have two different managers. So each manager have to in charge of their own departments and their own account. Okay, they have responsibility, tanggung jawab, to make sure their own product is sellable and making profit. Okay, so they only in charge, tanggung jawab terhadap produk yang mereka jual. So that is what we call responsibility accounting. If they cannot sell the products and if they are making loss, no profit, then they are responsible for that. Maybe they have to find a ways to solve the problems. Second method is return on investment. Investment ialah what money that we invest, we put into the company. So return on investment normally is how much money we get, okay, ataupun pulangan terhadap uang yang kita masukkan dalam syarikat. So when we say return on investment, actually we can see this return from the perspective of profit. How much profit I earn from the money I invest in the company. For example, I invest 1,000 ringgit to start this business. So my return is profit. Sometimes my return is commission. Sometimes my return is other method of return, but most of the time is profit, return on investment that I put in. And then if I invest in share market, or if I invest in buying shares, then my return will be in terms of not profit, but um, commissions or other ways of investment. Okay, a ratio analysis. This is one accounting method. We calculate the comparison. Okay, kita bandingkan aset dengan pencapaian. Okay, we compare our assets with our return, okay, or our pulangan. So we want to see if I have this asset, how much return I can get. This is one. And then we also compare other things. This is in financial accounting, okay, pengurusan keuangan. So we have to do a lot of ratio analysis. And next, management audit. These words, I think you heard it before, audit. Okay, so audit can be internal and external audit. So small companies, of course, they are not very used to. But big companies, we are very used to do audit. So we have internal audit. But sometimes we also get external audit. So external audit from where? Mungkin external audit from ISO. Okay, ISO, they can come to audit our management, whether we are doing the right thing or not. Okay, same thing like UMS. We also have internal audit and external audit. But because UMS is education, under education, so we have audit from the MQA. Okay, but we also have internal audits. We also have ISO audit. All this audit for the purpose of to improve the company's performance. They come to check the documents, to check what we are doing, and then after they do the checking, then they will tell us, are we doing the right thing? Or they will give us suggestion what to improve next. So that's the purpose of audit. Okay, so audit by who? Audit by people who have experience in management of doing certain things. So sometimes we have certain manager who are very good in this. We ask our own managers to do audit. Sometimes we also ask people from outside of the company to do audit. So next, program evaluation and review techniques. This is one of the methods, okay, to review the products or the program or the system. Or cost per mile, we check how many costs we have to use, and management information system. Okay, in another word, we use the data we have, the big data we have, to analyze our achievement of the company. So these are more modern. When we say more modern, doesn't mean that it only happens in this year or last year, but it might be already using this, like ratio analysis. We use it for quite some time already. Okay, same thing with audit. We use this for quite some time already. This is more modern techniques that we can use together with traditional techniques to improve the controlling of the company. And so when we say controlling, remember, we go back to the planning. When we have strategic planning, we have strategic controlling. That means that we check whether our strategic plan is achieved or not. If we have tactical plans, then we have tactical controlling. So we want to control the achievement of, or we check the achievement of every department, every parts, every functions in the company. And last will be operational control for checking the operation plans. So every plans will have their own controlling. Again, I keep on saying controlling actually is to check whether the plan that we want to work really work or not. If we have this objective, whether the objective is achieved or not. If not achieved, we want to find out why the objective is not achieved. And after that, we need to find out how to improve the people or the process or the whatever things inside the company to to achieve the objective. Or sometimes because the objective is not possible to achieve. So we have to change the objectives or we have to change our plan. And next, we talk about managing business in the 21st century. Okay, when we talk about managing business, now this is what we are facing today. Okay, first, we are facing globalization. If you look at the business world today, just looking at the products that you are using, you will notice that we use a lot of product from India and China. Okay, before that, the last century, yes, before the year 2000, we have a lot of product from the US, from the Europe, okay, and from the Japan. But today we are using a lot of product from India and China. And what happened is India and China, they are ending the Western dominance and they increase the the relationship with us. Okay, so it means that they create interconnection with many countries, included one of the main country is Malaysia. So globalization means that something, all the products that we are producing not only sell in the local market but sell overseas, and we have to get used to it. No choice, because one day you might see a lot of things from other countries. Okay, not only from China, maybe from Indonesia, maybe from Thailand, that not only from a certain few countries only. Second is technology changes. Remember, technology changes is so fast today. So in the 21st century, we have to keep ourselves always updated with the latest information, latest technology. And one of the main technology that people are looking at today is the big data. Okay, big data. So how to make that to something that help you to improve your business is what we are looking at now. Okay, next, sustainability and corporate social responsibility. In another word, we want to make sure the company able to sustain in the long run. Okay, and one thing is, the business won't be able to sustain unless our planet is sustainable. So in another word, when we are doing business, we have to be responsible for the environment, responsible to ensure that our product is not creating too much pollution to the people, to the environment. We try to save the river, okay, reduce the effect, the negative impacts on the environment. And next, study of psychology. This is what businessmen are doing. We are trying to understand how the customers are thinking. So in the business field, in the business, we are using a lot of psychology theories to try to understand the customers. And at the same time, for employee management, human resources management also, we use a lot of psychology theory. We use this theory to do to analyze the workers, the human resource in the company. So human psychology is also important in managing the business. Even though you are just a boss of a small business, you also need to understand the psychology, the basic of psychology, to understand the people in the company. And last, the business ecosystem. Business ecosystem is the environment, I will say, the whole environment, persekitaran perniagaan, included your supplier, pembekal, okay, included the people who help you to do your business. For example, you get the support from the other companies, or people who help you to deliver, like the runner companies. All these are business ecosystem. And remember, in the business ecosystem also include your competitors. Okay, pesaing, because we also learn from our competitors. For example, I produce this product, and then after that, my competitors see it, they improve on my product and they come up with a new product. So I cannot stop here. I have to improve my product again to be better than my competitors. So in the business ecosystem, remember we have competitors. Also, even though we compete with them, also we try to learn from each other. So only with that we can form a strong competition, competitive environment that business can improve themselves further. Okay, so in the 21st century, knowledge management is very, very important. Like I keep on saying, big data, okay, very important. We need to understand the data, and then we need to know the psychology of the workers, okay, and all these are actually knowledge. We need to learn to manage the knowledge. So when we talk about knowledge management, we have sociological, that are the knowledge about knowledge capabilities, collective intelligence, and social networking. So this is sociological. Okay, and at the same time, we have behavioral knowledge. Okay, so like I keep on saying, we need to know the psychology of the workers. Then only we know how to manage them. Okay, we understand who are our workers. So we have to have a knowledge leadership, okay, who are mindful and narrative and know how to take care of the workers and at the same time know how to complete the job. Okay, biologically. So biological means knowledge evolution. In another word, we have knowledge about the human biology. Okay, so we have business like neural business, living systems, and we have knowledge about technology. Okay, knowledge, computing, intelligent agents, and visualizations. So these are the knowledge that a company might need in certain time, especially behavioral, very important. Technology also very important. So when we talk about this, remember now we are in 21st century. Okay, imagine already 21 years 20 from the year 2000. So the thinking of the boss or the thinking of the management of the business already changed from last century. From last century, in the last century, we are very shareholder oriented. Shareholder means people who have the shares of the company, pemegang saham. Okay, shareholders, they are pemegang saham. In another word, if they have the shares of the company, they are the boss of the company. Okay, pemilik syarikat. They have the, so they have the power. Some of them, they have the power to influence the company if they have a big amount of shares. Okay, mereka boleh mempengaruhi ataupun memberi arahan kepada syarikat apa yang perlu dibuat. So that is shareholders. So in the last century, abad yang lalu, last century, what happened is our focus is to help them to earn more profit. All the companies with a target is to help the boss to earn more profit. Okay, so we try to create their values. So what we are doing is we are making money for the boss, for the shareholders, and we try to take advantage of the customers. Okay, and then we try to exploit the customer. Kita dapat sebanyak yang mungkin dari pembeli pelanggan kita. So what happened is it might affect the brand, jenama kita, okay, or illegal. We might do something that illegal, or the economy might suffer, the environment might also suffer. Okay, menyebabkan contohnya pencemaran. So it might have, they might create pollution because they want to earn as much money as possible. So they don't care about environment, they don't care about the people, they don't care about the social life. So, and at the end of the day, the economy suffer, ekonomi terpengaruh, persekitaran yang menjadi kurang baik. So you can see a lot of problems that we are facing in our environment today is due to this thinking in the last century. So at the end, actually, the firms might be making less money. Okay, because what they are doing, they are destroying the environment, and at the end, we are facing the problems. One of the main thing that actually we can see here in Malaysia is fishing industry. Okay, sektor perikanan, fishing industry. If you ask people who are in the industry in the last century, for example, in the 1980s, in 1970s, you ask them, how's the fishing sources of fish as compared to today? They will say, well, that time was very good. You just go out, simply you put the net, then you can catch a lot of fish near the beach. Just dekat pantai saja boleh dapat ikan. Okay, you can easily catch a lot of fish. But because of the thinking of not all, some people, they are taking advantage of the environment. So what we are facing actually is overfishing. Okay, ikan terlampau penangkapan ikan. Okay, we are fishing over. So if you ask people who are in the fishing industry today, they will say, now if you want to go fishing, you have to go to deep sea. Okay, that means you have to go very far from the beach to catch fish. Okay, you have to go to deep sea to catch fish. So that is the problems that we are facing. So in this 21st century, we don't want this to happen anymore. We want to think from the customer perspective already. Okay, we hope that what we are doing actually is not taking advantage, tidak mengambil kesempatan terhadap pelanggan kita. So what we are thinking today is customer oriented. Okay, customer oriented. So the goal of the company is to add value to customers. Okay, add value to customer means that we hope that customer will get some benefit from the products that we are selling. Okay, so if we have this type of thinking, we think that we want to give value, to give benefit to the customers, then what happens is the firm can foster the innovation for the customers. Okay, and at the same time, the customer will be more loyal. The customer will be more happy with the company, and they will continue to buy from the company. And these are the benefits that the company can enjoy at the end is they have a brand that is a customer like it. Okay, jenama yang lebih disukai, the brand name. Okay, then that can avoid the pollution of the environment and to maintain a good economy system. Okay, the good economy system that we are able to grow, and we can avoid corruption and something bad to the companies. So at the end of the day, we hope that the company will make more money. Okay, so for the 21st century, we have really focused or we emphasize mementingkan, we emphasize on customer oriented. So we know that our customers today are technology empowered, mereka pandai technology, digitally savvy, they know the digital very well. Okay, so customers are changing the world. Okay, so how the organization determines respond, will determines whether they win in the age of the customers. So that is what the company can have to do. Okay, so in the 21st century, remember, we have entrepreneur, because saying usahawan, entrepreneurs. So, and at the same time, we also have intrapreneurs. Okay, intrapreneurs means entrepreneur in a company. Okay, we have innovation among the workers. When we say entrepreneur they start with new company, new product, new market. But intrapreneur means we have workers who are entrepreneur inside a company. They are not they are new companies, but they have new products, new process or new innovations suitable with the vision of the companies. So This entrepreneur can give them group reward. Okay, workers reward to the workers, not reward only to the boss entrepreneur, but reward to the workers. And then both entrepreneur and entrepreneur, they are opportunity oriented. They're focused on opportunity. And at the same time, remember we have managers and supervisors in the companies. Okay, we also have leaders in the companies. Remember, these managers and supervisors, they are more process oriented. So in the 21st century, what we want is entrepreneur and intrapreneur. It means that workers who can be very innovative in creating new products and new service. Okay, so in the 21st century, also we have this new type of job. We call it enterprise business analyst. Analyst. So who are they? They are the advisor. They advise. They set up the strategies in the company. So normally they are very paid, highly paid. Okay, gaji tinggi, because they are very good in creating a new strategies for companies. So what they are doing, actually they are like they are promoting leaderships. Okay, they have a very good systematic thinking. They can handle complexities, and then they can build up the good relationship between the business and the customers and inside the business as well. And then they are innovative and they can adapt to the changes in environment. So these are the person who will be the strategist in the company. Okay, strategist means people who set up the strategies. Sometimes we already have the boss. Okay, the boss, but sometimes when the boss or the business general managers, they need extra people to help them to do planning, they look for this enterprise business analyst. Okay, so in the 21st century, these are the characteristics of the leaders that we want. Integrity, we have a culture builder that can build up the cultures. They values the people, that means mementingkan kerja. The values, that means they emphasize, they know the importance of people. They focus on results. They focus on the customers. Okay, building relationships, focus on customers, and chief storyteller. Storyteller means they know how to change the company objective into something that people will want to follow. Okay, they know how to motivate the workers to listen to them, to follow their stories. Okay, so in the 21st century, we need to change. Okay, berubah. So if you remember from the years before until this year, we do a lot of changes. Okay, sometimes it's the environment. Okay, and sometimes we are forced to change, but we still have to change. So every company is a technology company today. In those times, we can say, oh, I don't need technology. I only sell nasi lemak. I don't need to know any technology. But nowadays, even a small shop also they need to know some technology. They need to know how to sell in the food panda. Yeah, they need to know how to get the order from the food panda or grab food, for example. Okay, and next convergent. They are digital, social, and mobile space. That means that they are making use of the social network, digital network, and other network to work. Not only now doing face-to-face business. And then every company has to change and to be more complex. Okay, remember the complexities, and then the internet everywhere and everything. Technology advance, we have to change, keep on understanding what changes, software and competitive advantage. So these are something that force us to continue to change. All right, so this is about the management. This is the last part of management. Do you have any questions that you want to ask about management? Okay. Just to remind you all, before we stop here. Okay, next week is week 10. Yeah, week 10. So next week you have to do live promotion in your FB page, live promotion of your products. Okay, so what we want is at least 40 minutes to 1 hour. You can do more. Okay, at least 40 minutes. And then you can do the promotion anytime within the lecture hour. So your lecture time is 11 to 1, so you can start at 11. You also can start at like 11:30 or even 12 o'clock, as far as you complete your 40 minutes of promotion. And I think I just already mentioned with you last lecture that it's up to you how many person have to do the live how many of you is up to you. You can have at least one person or more than one, as far as your group are working together to do the live. So sometimes you don't have all of you doing the live promotion, doesn't matter. Okay, at least you have one representative. Okay, seorang wakil untuk buat live promotion ini. Okay, you have at least one person to do the live promotion. So when you do the live promotion, what should you say? Okay, anything as far as that is acceptable lah. Kamu boleh cakap guna bahasa pasar pun boleh. Okay, and you can use a Malay or English or even mix also can. Okay, as far as what you are presenting is acceptable, and tiada bahasa yang bukan itu sajalah, right? So, yeah, if you have question, can you please ask now before we stop? Okay, how about those who are not doing the live presentation? So those who are not doing the live presentation, please lah, go to support your friends, because kumpulan yang dapat paling banyak likes, those group who get the most number of likes or share whatever, you will get a special gift. Okay, special gift for one group only. One group among all the groups that doing the live promotion. Okay, before I finish, the final thing is please do your do fill in your attendance. Tolong isi kehadiran. Memang tiada soalan kata. Okay, before I stop, okay, same thing. I request you to open your camera, to on your camera. Okay, to on your camera so that I can take a simple group photo to this week. Thank you. When I see your face, then only I feel that somebody is listening to me. Before that, sebelum ni kan macam tiada orang tengah saja tu. Heran juga. Tapi I know you are around. I know you are here, but feel like I don't see anybody here. Okay. So thank you very much. For those who are Muslims, I hope you still enjoy your Hari Raya, tetapi at the same time, please complete your job on time. Thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.